I didn't want to get married. I wanted first to go to school. I got married at 14.
There is a silent epidemic that threatens the future of countless young girls around the world, and that is child marriage. According to UNICEF, child marriage is defined as the union between a boy and a girl under the age of 18 and is considered a human rights violation by international standards. Child marriage is a global issue and is fueled by gender, inequality, poverty, social norms and insecurity, and has devastating consequences all over the world. This age-old custom has woven itself into the nation's social fabric, often unnoticed and unchallenged. But beneath the surface, a quiet revolution is brewing, led by brave individuals and organizations determined to dismantle the chains that bind young girls to a life they did not choose. Nigeria has one of the highest rates of child marriage in the world, with 43% of girls married off before the age of 18 and 16% are married before the age of 15. 3% of boys in Nigeria are married before the age of 18. According to Child Not Brides, a gender advocacy organization, 78% of women in the northwestern state of Jigawa, aged 20 to 49, were first married before the age of 18. Half of these women are in polygamous unions, and 35% of women have spouses who are older by at least 10 years. 63% of these women dropped out of school to marry. In Borno State, 89% of women aged between 15 and 49 were first married before the age of 15. This practice not only robs these young girls of their childhood, but also threatens their well-being. Health experts have long sounded the alarm about the detrimental physical and psychological effects of child marriage. One of the most immediate health risks is the increased vulnerability to sexual and reproductive health problems. Young brides often lack information and access to reproductive health services, putting them at risk of early pregnancies, childbirth complications, and sexually transmitted infections, including HIV and AIDS. According to the United Nations Population Fund (UNFPA), complications from pregnancy and childbirth are a leading cause of death among adolescent girls globally.
Nigeria has the world's biggest caseload of fistula cases, currently estimated to be 332,000. Every year we add a minimum of 10,000 to that. Part of that is, of course, that comes back to the other goals. It's about women simply not having access to safe deliveries. But it also comes back to, and that's a harmful practice, child marriages.
Furthermore, child brides often face severe emotional and psychological trauma stemming from their forced entry into adult roles. They grapple with issues such as domestic violence, marital rape, and the emotional burden of navigating complex family dynamics. These experiences can lead to mental health disorders, including anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder, which have far-reaching consequences on their overall well-being. Child marriage also exacerbates the cycle of poverty, as girls are often pulled out of school to assume domestic responsibilities. This lack of education perpetuates their economic dependence on their husbands, limiting their opportunities for personal growth and economic empowerment. This not only affects the girls themselves, but also the broader community and country, as educated women are vital contributors to social and economic development. In recent years, Nigeria has taken steps to combat child marriage. The Child Rights Act of 2003 established a legal framework to protect children from early marriage and other harmful practices. However, the implementation of these laws remains a challenge, particularly in rural areas where cultural traditions hold a strong sway. Furthermore, awareness campaigns, community engagement, and access to quality education and healthcare are essential components in eradicating this harmful practice. several non-governmental organizations and activists are working tirelessly to address child marriage in Nigeria. They also offer support services for child brides, providing them with the tools to escape their dire situation.
Early marriage, out-of-school girls, and poor health indices. These three issues are all linked and interrelated. In northern Nigeria, where I come from, only 4% of girls complete their secondary school education. And this is because they're pulled out of school or they leave school to get married. And the consequence that this has on them is they then don't have the knowledge to take care of themselves or their child. A lot of maternal and child mortality is partly because of lack of knowledge on reproductive health and nutrition. I'm one of the 4% that completed her secondary school education, and so I chose to be an advocate to talk to community leaders and policymakers on how we can change these trends and reverse these indices so girls like me can reach our full potential.
Breaking the chains of child marriage in Nigeria is a complex endeavor that requires concerted effort from the government, civil society, and the international community. The health risks associated with child marriage should be at the forefront of these efforts, as they not only jeopardize the well-being of individual girls, but also hinder Nigeria's progress towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. In the battle against child marriage, the resilience of Nigeria's young girls and the dedication of those working to protect them shine through as beacons of hope. By addressing this issue head-on, Nigeria can create a brighter future for its children, one where they are free to pursue their dreams without the shadow of early marriage looming overhead.